Hi, I'm Aaron. Welcome to 4 Minutes Jesus in the Temple. Okay, Jesus came to town as the king on the donkey. Remember in Palm Sunday, all that. Now, we read in a day or so, he goes up to the temple. Now, if he's the arriving king, he goes to the temple. Why does he go to the temple? Well, he turns over the tables and shoos all the animals, stops the money changing. And in the book of Mark, he stops the animals going. Nobody can go through anywhere. So he basically stops anything from happening in the temple. Who can do this? Only two figures in Jewish ideology can judge the temple. God himself and the sitting king. So Jesus came as the king Palm Sunday, right? And now he's judging the temple as corrupt, stopping the sacrifices. Why would he do that? Well, if you're a first century Jew, you see the temple. You see the temple as the literal place where heaven and earth connect. And I cannot stress this enough. The literal place where heaven and earth connect. So to a Jew, that connection was the most important thing in their religious life. Okay, they had to keep doing that. They had to keep doing that. And all the sacrifices, the animal sacrifices and the incense and the sacrifices went up constantly, because as long as those sacrifices held, this held. So when Jesus comes to the temple, he comes as the king who can judge the temple. He's been talking about it for a long time. You remember on Palm Sunday, I said that Jews thought that the temple was run by a bunch of corrupt people, and they were all waiting for the Messiah to come and restore true worship of God, Yahweh, in the temple. So that's what Jesus is doing. He comes to the temple. He turns over the tables, chases out all the animals. So you know what he did? He broke the connection between God and humanity, earth and heaven, when he stopped the sacrifices. So it wasn't just that people say, oh, he was mad and whipping things. Oh, shut up. He wasn't doing that. He was turning over the temples. He was stopping the sacrifices to break that connection. Why? Because he was judging the temple as corrupt. Why was he judging the temple as corrupt? Because they had forgotten their true path in being God's people, in helping all of creation become what it needed to be. They had become selfish, nationalistic. They thought they were better than other people that didn't have God. That was their problem. And so Jesus comes to judge that temple. Why? Because he's going to say, I am the temple. You actually hear him at certain places say, I am the temple. The temple will be destroyed and rebuilt in 3 days. We're looking forward to Resurrection Sunday, aren't we? Okay, so that being said, Jesus in the temple isn't about showing you that you can get angry and whip people. Shut up. I don't ever want to hear anybody say that again. The temple action by Jesus is appropriate and it's necessary in the story. Jesus comes to Jerusalem as the king. Jesus goes to the Temple Mount, turns over the tables, stops all animal sacrifices, thereby judging the temple as corrupt and evil, and it will not stand. You remember the Jesus and the boys, they're like, Jesus, look at all these great buildings in the temple. And Jesus says, I tell you the truth, within one generation, not one stone will remain standing on another. And that's very true, because in AD 70 and then later in the AD 100s, the Roman legions came and did exactly that. They destroyed everything, and a temple hasn't stood since. Why? Because Jesus judged it. Do Christians need to really get all head up about rebuilding the temple? Ain't no thing, baby, because Jesus rebuilt it in himself. That's what this is all about. Jesus is our connection to God, and we're looking forward to that on Easter morning, aren't we? Resurrection morning. Jesus is that connection. We don't need that temple on that mountain, because we got Jesus, that temple, reigning in heaven and in our little hearts. So that's what coming into town, the temple action's all about. Made it again.